Hello, and welcome here to another fantastic Elite Eight matchup here in Georgia high school basketball. We have an Elite Eight matchup in McDonough, Georgia. Thank you for tuning in to the SUV TV. I'm Mondre Allen. I'll be your play-by-play for tonight's matchup, and we have a fantastic treat for you tonight. Not only on the floor action, but here joined for our color commentary, we have a special guest. Nobody can do it better than this gentleman when we're talking about the two teams involved tonight. We have Brad Martin, trainer extraordinaire, legendary basketball coach here in the south side of Atlanta, here calling the game with you. Brad, how are you doing tonight?
Man, I'm doing great. Definitely looking forward to this matchup and appreciate the opportunity of being out here, man. So looking for some little fun, you know what I mean? See what's going on out here, see how it's going.
Absolutely. Nobody more fit to color commentate this game than Brad Martin. Brad, you had a lot of success with kids in this area, most notably the Houston Rockets top draft pick, Jabari, with Jabari here
Right.
They came out of Sandy Creek.
Right.
Coaching Jabari, coaching Noah Vonleh, and so many other pros that you've been able to be around. Tell us a little bit about some of the talented kids that we're going to see here tonight between Mays and Eagles Landing.
First and foremost, you want to definitely talk about David Thomas here at Eagles Landing High School. Arguably, I feel like should be in the talks for being, Mr. Basketball in the state of Georgia. Resume speaks for itself. Very credible kid. You also have another one that's coming up too, Chris Morris. I don't know if a lot of people know about him right now. He's a 2025 kid. Really good sound guy. On the other side too, you have Mays High School. Of course, you have Solomon. Everybody that calls him Solo. Really big kid, 6'6" kid. Very notable. Been playing with Game Elite. Played with a lot of different programs like that, man. So he got a lot of stuff coming up with him too as well. Deuce Lindsay is another one. That's their leader. Number one right now for Mays High School. He's the engine for their team right now. So with Deuce goes, they go. So
very special place here. We have a great coaching matchup. Elliot Montgomery, the head coach of Eagles Landing, has built a very special program here in McDonough, Georgia. Been able to do it. McDonough and Eagles Landing, just 26 miles south of Atlanta, Georgia. And the Mays Raiders will make the trip about 32 miles south for this matchup. Eagles Landing has just been devastating at home. They've been able to clean up a perfect record, 11-0.
11-0.
27-1 on the season. Mays 9-3 on the road. Got some notable wins out on the road. Burkmar, Tri-Cities, and was able to get a win on the road versus Wanda Barrow in overtime, 69-68. What do you think about Mays' chances to be able to come in a place that's so tough to play? We see this place just packed out, people still fouling in for this basketball game. What are the chances for Mays to go on the road and get a big win versus this Eagles Landing team?
Well, one thing about Mays, man, they're tuned in, they're dialed in. I talked to Coach yesterday. The guys are very focused. When I was walking in, I actually seen them out there doing some workouts and stuff like that. So one thing about them, they're very resilient. This is a team that you see play. You don't really see them back down too much. You know what I mean? I seen them play at Tri-Cities. They got down by 15 at Tri-Cities. Ended up coming back at Tri-Cities, making it a tough game. Ended up losing by like 4 or 5, but they cut that lead down in the last five minutes of the fourth quarter. Says a lot about the character of the team. Says a lot about the character and the structure of the guys on the program and all that stuff like that. So it's going to be a tough battle for them, but they really got a good chance coming in and winning that, man.
So you've coached a lot of kids in your career. We talked about just a couple of them. You've had great pros. You've had great college players. Great high school players. You're able to coach even Isaiah Miller, if I'm not mistaken.
Isaiah Miller.
One of the most athletic guys that we've seen. Coach, how do you take players and get them mentally prepared to play in a game as big as this? A lot on the line. This is an Elite Eight game for a chance to go to the Final Four and make it.
A lot of times your guys that step up in situations like this are usually your guys that play at a high level in the summertime. So you don't really have to get them really bought into it. You know what I mean? Because when you play in the summertime, you're pretty much playing on a stage like this every game. You know what I mean? So when you see this stage like this and you're really a player, this is what you want. This is what you look forward to. This is what you want to be in front of your friends and your family. You want to play at the highest level. So
Absolutely. And I know it's got to be special to play in front of your peers.
Oh, yeah.
This gym is
Oh, yeah.
absolutely packed.
And it's getting worse. It's going to get thicker than this, man. They just starting, man. They just starting.
Student section having a lot of fun already. This is going to be a fantastic matchup. I want to talk about the coaching battle a little bit. We talked about Coach Montgomery. Already
the legendary
championship. Absolute
legendary
Coach Montgomery. But Coach Desmond Williams is no slouch on the other side.
Oh, no, by no means.
Tell us what you see from these two coaches.
I've been watching Mays for the past, I would say, 4 years. We did an event over at Clayton State. It was a Christmas showcase, and I fell in love with his coaching style back then. He's really bought into the kids, making sure the kids do everything they need to do as far as development, relating to them. So he has a very good structure and a very good team around him, too, with coaches as well. On the other side, too, when you look at Coach Montgomery, I mean, it kind of speaks for itself with everything he's been doing with his program. But like I told you before, over the years, a lot of people don't know how structured they are as far as their speed and agility, weight training, and all the things that go behind that program. So he's built a machine, and right now it's at the point it's just a factory. So.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break during the starting lineup introductions. We'll be right back with the tip-off of this contest. Stay tuned on the SUV TV.
Breda Pest Management proudly supports Georgia high school basketball. The Bredas believe in giving back to the communities they serve, and since 1975, Breda has protected homes from bugs and critters. See more at Breda, BREDA, pest.com.
Yo, YBH.
Getting ready for a tip-off. Georgia High School Elite 8 action between Eagles Landing High School and the Mays Raiders, getting ready to tip off as our officials get ready. Eagles Landing will be wearing white tops, white bottoms with yellow and blue trim. Numbers will be in blue, yellow outline, and then your Mays Raiders will be in sky blue tops and bottoms, white numbers trimmed in gold. So we get ready for the tip here. And our action is underway. Ball will be out of bounds. And I believe we're going the other way. Waiting on the official call. Looks like there's some conversation between the officials on who's going to make the call, but it'll be Eagles Landing basketball. David Thomas will inbound from the far sideline. Gets it inbound successfully. GHSA rules will be 4 quarters, 8-minute quarters with a 35-second shot clock. Backdoor lob there, knocked away. Good defense there. By Wiggles. Fat Wiggles knocked that away. Now we got a steal. Mays on the run.
He's scared to watch out for.
And we got an early bucket.
Solomon is a really good player, man. Really high-level guy, ready for the moment.
Solo Evans gets on the board early. Early three. They backed off and he made them pay.
That's one of the guys right there that you got to make sure that you stay on. He's already shooting over 55% from the field, shooting over 40% from the three-point line. So you want to make sure that you get up on that guy.
What do you see there that they backed up off of him early and kind of dared him to shoot the first one? And Solo tries to answer. That one no good. Tipped around. It'll be out of bounds. And we are going the other way. It'll be Eagles Landing basketball. Do you feel like daring Chris Morris to shoot is a good idea?
Not at home. I don't think that's a good idea when you're at home. You play all these home games. Right now in the playoffs, shooting at the top of the key, it's like shooting off a shooting gun.
Is it pick your poison with this Eagles Landing offense?
That's another one.
That three ball no good off the back of the rim.
It's kind of pick your poison. It's kind of pick your poison a little bit. It's more about matchups. As long as the matchups kind of go how they're supposed to go, and everybody flows the right way.
Solo Evans gets it inside. That one no good. Rebound and run. This will be an up and down game. David Thomas right through the middle of the lane and a layup.
That's the thing you have to do. You got to get them out the open floor.
And Mays gets it out to Solo Evans. Knocked away. Blocked again. Got it inside. No, but tipped in by Evans. His second bucket of the day. Back-to-back buckets by Solo Evans for Mays. As we just under the 6-minute mark. Morris looked at it, but that'll be a foul call. I believe this foul will be against number 24, Johnson. Johnson picks up his first. And Eagles Landing will inbound underneath their own basket. Nice shot fake. So important for these kids to play off 2 feet. You see that there. Just a foul call.
Colin McKenzie is another kid you want to keep your eye on. 6-foot point guard, 2023 kid. Real good sleeper in the state of Georgia. But definitely has a real good talent to play at the next level. Not afraid of contact. Plays pretty hard, you know what I mean? And he's a guy that's been in the Eagles Landing farm right now. So he's a kid that came through from 9th grade all the way up. So this is his moment. This is his time right now.
As you just talked about the point guards, what do you think about this point guard class in the state? We're going to get another 3-ball here. Mays tries to answer. That one tipped around, no good. And it'll be out of bounds, and it'll stay with Mays.
It's a lot of good point guards in the state of Georgia, man. For me, I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I'm on the south side, so I'm always gonna be with my guys over here. But just watching basketball and definitely watching on SUV TV, man, it's a lot of great point guards in the state of Georgia right now.
Nice sweep through, floater in the lane. That one no good. Tough rebound. And here are the Eagles on the run. Drop off. Thomas gets it. He'll spin it to the sideline. Thought we were going to get a mid-range jumper. No, and they'll throw it away. In your opinion, is that just kind of nerves there about understanding which shot to take and what shot not to take?
I think that's more of a coaching strategy right there. I think that was good defense from Mays. Staying down on the guys, getting the guys in the right positions, knowing that this guy's not a shooter. So we're guarding him at the level 2, making him be a shooter and cutting off everybody else. That was a smart play.
Off jump shot there. Mays doing a great job on the boards as they get a rebound and another putback. That one by Wiggles. He gets on the board for his first bucket of the game.
Yeah, he's a double-double guy, averaging 10 and 12 right now, 50% from the field. So you definitely want to keep your eye on him around that basket. It's going to be a good matchup with him and Brayboy.
1-point game as that ball was almost stripped away from Thomas. Thomas on the run. Some contact there, no call. Officials seem determined to kind of let these guys figure it out.
High intensity defense, high intensity.
If you're a coach, how would you rather have the game called? Would you rather have officials that are going to allow some contact and let these guys play, or would you rather them kind of call it tight and keep control of the game?
Elite Eight, you gotta let them play a little bit. You know what I mean? Let them get that feel, because these anxiety and all of that stuff going on. So they're gonna touch foul, they're gonna do all that stuff. So some of the calls you usually will call, kind of let some of the bumps go.
Thomas takes a pull-up jump shot, and that one's cash money. David Thomas.
DT, man, I'm telling you, DT.
gets his first bucket. On the drive, we get a kick out inside. That was Wiggins, no good. Eagles on the run.
This is where they're dangerous. This is where they're dangerous.
Couldn't convert on the 301. It's a turnover, and now Mays on the run. Contact and layup is good.
Good move.
Leading scorer. Williams for 2.
Leading scorer right now, 16 points, 6 assists a game.
3-ball answer right away by Brayboy with the 3.
And that's been something he's been getting better with over the years, is his jump shot.
We do not have to worry about the shot clock. I mentioned it to start the game, and that may be the last time we talk about the shot clock. But these teams are wasting absolutely no time as that shot careens off the side of the backboard. Nice find inside, contact. And we get another foul call. And it'll be Clark Maston going to the free throw line. As we see our replay here, got some contact but didn't disrupt the shot. Tough bucket. There's the one dribble pull up by DT. First free throw is up and good.
This is going to be the telltale. Once they go into the bench, what bench guy is going to step up? I know right now for Eagles Landing, they're role guys. I mean, they're pretty much averaging 5 to 6 points a game off the bench. So, you know, you got to have that bench presence coming from Mays.
These free throws by Maston means that every starter for Eagles Landing has scored so far in this basketball game. 14-8 is our score with 3 minutes and 15 seconds on the game clock. Evans taking a look at it. He'll attack, tried to go to the crossover, was stripped away. Body's on the floor, gets it out. Pump fake, goes up and in. That's another bucket for McKinney. Eagles Landing has the momentum, 8-point lead, their largest lead of the day. 2:45 on the game clock.
I don't think it's too many coaches in the state of Georgia that intense on the sideline like Montgomery over there. You got to get a look at him. You got to get a look at him over there, man. Montgomery he going to be up and down that sideline all day.
He absolutely gets after it. That intensity carried over for his team last year as they were state champions. We'll see how far it carries them this year.
Tough move.
Evans for 3. That one no good. Big rebound right there. And Eagles Landing will slow it down a little bit and run some offense. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the game. Game clock at 2:05. Thomas, 3, no good. Rebound Mays, and they'll push. Kicks it over to the wing. Thought about taking a shot, did not. Eagles Landing just so tough to drive the ball against. Got another steal right there. Thomas floats through the lane, and Thomas will be fouled. David Thomas be going to the line. Just a special, special player.
Big time talent, man. Big time talent. Mercer got a gem.
Feel like they're going to have to show up to his signing day with the ski mask because they probably stole one.
Definitely did. Definitely did.
No offense to the Mercer coaching staff, but this is a kid that probably could have gone high major. Thomas gets them both. 10-point lead for Eagles Landing as Mays tries to get something going. Floater through the lane. And Williams will go to the line. They've been all over Williams today. As we see Williams at the line. Certainly has the ability to get going in a hurry. Williams gets both free throws. and the lead will be 8.
That's a big bucket. That's a big bucket. Minute 29 to go. If you're Mays right here, you want to get a stop. You want to get at least 2-3 stops coming up. You got to get this down at least by 5.
Got a foul call, and that I think will be play control. Will be charge foul.
That's your first stop right there. So now Mays got to come down. You got to get a good bucket here.
Closing in on the 1 minute mark.
Tough.
Tough fall away shot. Looks like they're making a concerted effort to send Williams to his left. Williams almost got it back defensively. Stripped around. Tipped back out to Brayboy. And they'll try to reset. Shot clock at 17. Game clock at 45 seconds. We may actually get a possession where the shot clock matters. On the attack, trying to finish over the top. No. Shot clock will reset to 25, and we got a travel call. Won't matter.
That was an explosive play. Explosive play.
32.4 seconds remaining, so the shot clock will be off. Probably a good chance that we'll see just one possession here from Mays High School. The lead is 8. 18-10 is our score. Now, who do you think gets the ball for this last shot attempt for Mays?
Solo.
Eagles on the run,
Oh,
trying to
that's a
bounce
tough pass.
pass in traffic. Got .7 on the clock. They'll try to have to hit somebody on the run. They'll try to roll it. We'll throw it the half of the court, and that will be it. That's how the first quarter will end. Our score, 18-10, 18-10, our score. Brita Pest Management has been protecting Georgia homes for nearly 50 years. In an area the size of a basketball court, there can be several thousand termites. So what's protecting your home from termites? Don't let termites ruin your largest investment. See why so many homes are protected by Brita at BREDAPest.com. Brita Pest Management is a proud supporter of Georgia high school athletics. Crowd getting rowdy here.
Getting rowdy.
Even the cheerleaders.
Everybody flipping. Everybody flipping.
Everybody competing tonight. The fans are competing. The student section is competing. And these two teams are flat out getting after it. A who's who of basketball in the building today. I've seen a couple of coaches, officials, administrators. Finding themselves down 8 early, Mays High School with the basketball, but I don't see any panic in the Raiders. Missed that one. Eagles landing on the run.
Brayboy.
And Brayboy sends it down.
That's the biggest thing. You want to keep them out of the open court, man. You keep them in the open court, it's going to be a long night, man. You're going to lose about 30 tonight.
5 points for Brayboy so far. We see Evans getting up to go check in. Try to get him an early breather.
Good move. Good move.
Couldn't get it to go. 10-point lead. Morris with the basketball. Throws it up. Brayboy!
No.
But Morris is there with the follow. Brayboy could not get the dunk. And now Morris has 5 points as well. 22-10.
Good defense. Way to stay down.
Pull-up jump shot there. That one is good. Wiggins with the answer. Well, the second quarter started just the way the first quarter went. Up and down action. Mays not backing down. Great defense there. Tipped around. Bodies on the floor. Ball tipped. Mays controls it.
Good job of denying. Everything right now to making the catch is very tough for David Thomas to catch the basketball.
Nice handoff there to Williams. Looks like Williams going to the line. That foul going against 11, that is going against Chris Morris.
It's not too many in the state of Georgia that's flying up there with Bray Boy right now. 6'5", long, athletic wing. Most recent offer just came from Clayton State. Man, very, very, very high ceiling for this young man coming up.
As Williams gets that one to go. Williams has been solid from the free throw line today. That's his 3rd point from the charity stripe. Has not missed a free throw. I don't believe in the announcer's jinx, by the way. If Williams doesn't either. He makes that one. Well, inbound, and it'll be Maston. This matchup between Maston and Williams has been terrific. Thomas gets it inside. They'll call a travel on Thomas. We're going the other way.
They're making all the catches extremely hard. But even with the pace of the game right now, it's going back and forth. But, I mean, you still got Eagles landing up by 8.
What do you think about the defense for two teams known for their offense? We're seeing a lot of great defense today.
It's a lot of high-level defense on the court right now. For you to make a play right now in this court, you got to be a real ball player. Good
Beautiful
move.
Backdoor.
Go get it.
And Bray Boy wipes it away. Beautiful backdoor cut.
Good pass. Good
and
pass.
Morris with the finish.
Good pass. Colin McKenzie, again, that's another kid you got to keep your eye on. 2023 6-foot guard. Telling you, Mr. Do-It-All right now for Eagles Landing.
And a turnover by Mays High School. Chris Morris with 7 points, quietly leading Eagles Landing in scoring.
Dump off. That's like a cone drill.
It certainly did.
Like, you seen that? Like a cone drill.
You might have taught that one.
Hey, man.
Dribble drive there was looking for Bray Boy. Got it to him right here. He'll be matched up. Almost knocked away. Tough drive there. Got it inside. Nowhere to go. Three ball corner. No good. And Eagles Landing will set it up.
So
4
far,
minutes and 40 seconds left.
So far, the Eagles Landing has been controlling the boards a lot, man. Mays has been one shot and done the whole time right now. So hopefully they can get some better shots leading up in this second quarter. Kind of cut this lead down from 10 right now.
Thomas floats in and gets the layup to go. David Thomas with another bucket for Eagles Landing. His first bucket of the second quarter. Might as well turn the shot clock off in this game. That three, no good. Bray Boy fighting for it inside. And it's thrown away. High level intensity in this game. Active hands.
Remember what we talked about before when I talked about the bigger, faster, stronger. Right now, you can kind of see it a little bit, you know what I mean? But the more the game goes on, you'll start to see where Eagles Landing does not slow down. They continue to stay the same pace.
Pull-up jump shot, that one is good.
DT.
David Thomas looks like he's getting it going.
DT.
Second bucket of the quarter for Thomas. Evans, step through. Lefty layup is good. Evans gets his second bucket. I'm sorry, his first bucket of the basketball game. 6 points for Evans. We've got a full timeout on the floor. We're going to send it to a quick break. We'll be right back with more GHSA basketball action here at the Elite Eight.
When you see the future, defy it. When you see all of the infinite possibilities, free them from the wildest parts of your imagination. Raise the bar and exceed it. Make the road ahead by being the muse and the maker, by making this journey legendary. Be iconic.
This McDonald's is so important because it ended up being a place where our band members would go to get to know each other outside of the band room.
You know?
It's definitely like our student union.
But with fries.
And we're back here with our second quarter action. Mays High School versus Eagles Landing.
There go that man, DT.
David Thomas again.
Eagles Landing just brought in number 21, Maddox McClendon. I'm sorry, a freshman guy. Going to be a special player for Eagles Landing coming up. But for him to get some experience like this right now as a true freshman in the Elite Eight game, that says a lot about what his future is going to be.
Another steal for Eagles Landing. This Eagles Landing defense has been smothering in this basketball game. Inside to Chris Morris, taken away. Mays on the run. No numbers, but they'll push ahead anyway. Shot tip, they'll get a kick out. Dribble drive, met at the rim, and one. Lindsey with a timely bucket, his first bucket of the day. But Mays definitely needed this one.
Definitely needed that bucket right now. Mays is kind of struggling in the half court. So to get that bucket going to the rim right there, right now from the free throw line, they've been pretty well. But definitely got to get some more going offensively to kind of get this thing down.
Completes the old-fashioned three-point play. But Mays will still find themselves down 11. What do they need to do to try to get themselves back in this basketball game and cut into this Eagles Landing lead?
Definitely got to get your two guys, your main two guys. You got to get them going. You definitely got to get Wiggins going too as well in the short 15 area. He's been right now shooting 80% right now from the short 15. So once you get that going and get more ball movement and get continuity and get the defense moving side to side, I think you'll be in a better situation than you are right now.
Eagles Landing going to work here. They got it inside, but knocked away going the other way. That's the stop that.
And see, that's the thing.
Needed.
And that's the thing. They're getting stops. They're getting a lot of stops. But on the offensive end, you're not really getting much. You're only getting one shot and done. So kudos to Eagles Landing defense, but you got to have more firepower on the offensive end right now. You're going to stay in this game with them.
Absolutely. It's been tough sledding for these Mays Raiders on offense. Tough shot right there. Hit the side of the backboard. Probably not the shot that they wanted. Pull-up jump shot. That one no good, but an offensive rebound and a putback. As Redmond gets his name in the book, and Mays throws the ball away.
Playing above the rim. Playing above the rim. That's what they do. They get out of open court, play above the rim, let them horses run.
Eagles Landing looking like the 1990 UNLV running Rebels. Lots of steals, deflections, and dunks.
But see, that's the thing. That's the thing right now with Mays. Their offense is so stagnant. I mean, they spread in the court, but you're not winning that one-on-one matchup. If you're not going to win that one-on-one matchup, you pretty much wasted time. You're getting open court dunks like this right here.
And for the folks at home, this is a pretty even matchup. Both of these teams are extremely talented. Just can be pretty tough to beat a team like Eagles Landing at home as Mays gets a bucket right there. 34-21. Minute 19 remaining. Thomas takes a three.
There go that man. I keep saying it, man. This guy should always be in everybody's mouth as far as Mr. Georgia basketball. Resume stacked up. I mean, I don't know what else you got to do at a high level. Big shot.
Mays able to answer with a three. I love May's fight to continue to try to go shot for shot.
One thing about them, they'll never back down. They'll never back down. They'll keep playing. Tough, resilient guys. I mean, these guys, that's another big shot right there. These guys have been going at it, since 9th grade. They've been playing varsity, so they're built for the battle. But, I mean, right now, you got to keep them out of the open court.
That's another bucket inside for Chris
at the
Morris.
rim. Like I said before, as a team, they're shooting 50%. As a team, they're shooting 50% at the rim right now from field goals. So if you continue to keep letting this happen all game.
I feel like every shot at the bucket, Eagles Landing is going up and attempting to dunk the basketball.
They're attempting to dunk.
Says something about the aggressive nature of this basketball team.
I love this kid right here, man. Big Chris. Big Chris has a promising future right now.
Gets the three-point play. Shot clock will be off. So we're under 35 seconds here in this basketball game. Game clock at 22. 1-4 set there for Mays. Emptied out that backside, but couldn't get anything going. Now you get something going.
There we go.
Lay up there. Chris Morris.
At the rim again.
At the rim.
At the rim. Everything is at the rim.
That is how our first half will end. We'll wave it off and we'll go to halftime. At the halftime, our score, 40-26. 40-26 our score. Stay tuned here for SUV TV. We'll be right back with our second half of action.
Breda Pest Management proudly supports Georgia high school basketball. The Bredas believe in giving back to the communities they serve, and since 1975, Breda has protected homes from bugs and critters. See more at Breda, BREDA, pest.com.
Yo, YBH.
Welcome back to Earth.
Thanks, it was pretty life-changing.
Dude, it was 8.5 minutes. I didn't even get to finish my burrito.
Technology lets you vacation in space, but to get work done on Earth, you need more than technology. You need CDW.
So with the Cisco hybrid work environment, we can deliver the same network experience to all your offices. Space spaghetti. Securely connecting your team from anywhere.
Houston, we have a solution.
We get it, Greg. You've been to space.
Cisco makes hybrid work possible. CDW makes it powerful.
Hey, babe, meet us at the bottom of the trail.
Oh, man. Hey.
Open up. The redesigned Chevy Silverado with a sophisticated high-tech interior.
Open the door.
It's easy to forget it's a truck.
Thanks.
Nice truck. It was.
Find new style. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
My name is Diedrich Hadiaki Hajawara Thomas. I'm the CEO of Hadiaki, a fashion house designing garments for notable clients in the sports and entertainment industry. My studio is built around a lifestyle. built around an experience. If you were to think of Maison Hideaki, you would think of a fashion house that exists in Paris. So it's something that you have to come and really see with your own eyes. Some of my most notable clients that I've worked with over the years include Samuel L. Jackson, Irvin Magic Johnson, Steve Smith, Paul Millsap, Steve Harvey, Mo Williams, Clifford Tip Harris, just to name a few.
I've known Diedrich for maybe 4 years now. The same amount of time I've been getting my custom bespoke garments from Hideaki. I don't think you can get much better than that.
Like that? Here at Hideaki, it's a different experience for each client. We really focus on the individuality of the client. So the first thing we do is actually go through a consultation with the client to really understand, their needs, their wants, their desires. After they go through that process, we end up with something that parallels their aspirations. So how you feel, man?
It's all smooth.
We're actually really, able to take them through the process of accomplishing that goal. And it's just unique to them.
Hello and welcome back here at Eagles Landing High School in McDonough, Georgia for GHSA Elite 8 action. Our score, 40-26, 40-26. It's Eagles Landing over the Mays Raiders so far in this game. Madre Allen on the play-by-play here with Brad Martin on our couple of commentary. And Brad, I have David Thomas with 13 points in the first half. Chris Morris followed up with 10 points in the first half. Every starter scored for Eagles Landing. For Mays, it has been a struggle. I have Solomon Evans with just 6 points, and Makai Williams also with 6. No one in double digits for the Mays Raiders. Talk a little bit about this matchup, what you're seeing, and what Mays may need to do to cut into this lead, this 14-point lead that they found themselves in.
I think when it comes to Mays, I think one thing that they went away from Wiggins. Wiggins had it going, and he was shooting at a very high clip. When they went away from Wiggins, things got a little shaky. But I understand this late in the game, you got your guys that you trust and things like that. But as a coach, sometimes you got to make that adjustment, right? You know what I mean? You see one of your guys are going hot, you got to feed off of that kid right now. You know what I mean? That's one of the biggest things that I've seen right now when it came to Mays is that they got stagnant. But one of the ways that you try to beat Eagles Landing is through the interior. That's one of the weaker spots. So if you feed him a little bit more, you know, you're kind of be in a better situation than that. Eagles Landing is doing what they're doing. I mean, they're right now at 40 points, looking at having 80 points to end the game. I mean, they're playing their basketball. They're playing their brand of basketball. I know one thing Coach Montgomery really talks about is he wants to dominate in the first and the third quarter. So he dominated, right? Dominated in the first. That's what kept the lead going into the second. So now when them going into the third quarter, the biggest thing right now is for them to oppose their will and dominate into the third quarter. And that's usually how most of the leads open up. And you see these big-time wins coming into the playoffs and things like that.
Gotcha. If you're Eagles Landing, is it dangerous at all? 14-point lead. Is it too early? Is it possible that these kids could kind of get a little too comfortable and allow Mays back into this game? How do you keep guys focused when you got an early lead?
One thing about Eagles Landing, man, in that locker room, man, coach has them thinking that they ain't earned nothing yet. They ain't did nothing. So these are kids that are coming in hungry. They're not looking at it like, oh, okay, you know, coming into the situation like, okay, I'm good, I'm comfortable, I'm where I'm at. No, these kids are hungry. They have a lot to prove. They're mad that they even had one loss, and they feel like they shouldn't have lost. And now they're trying to go tear everybody's heads off from that point.
Absolutely. That's definitely what we've seen so far. So Eagles Landing will inbounds here to start off the second half. They'll get the first possession of the second half. 40-26 our score. And here we go. Try to backdoor action with David Thomas, but threw the ball away. As you mentioned before, Mays has had no trouble with getting stops. Getting stops hasn't been a problem as they get a stop there. But now we'll see their first offensive possession of the second half.
It's good that they're going into a set right now.
Corner three, no good, but stripped away. That jump shot, no good. Eagles Landing will be on the run. All over David Thomas. Trying to deny him the ball all the way out to half court. Pull-up jump shot there, no good. Rebound by Evans.
That's the guy for Mays they want to have to shoot the basketball. They want him to be able to create. There he goes again, Wiggins to the basket. That's the key to right now in that second half. Just getting him back going. Once you get him rolling towards that basket, he should be a 20-10 guy tonight.
As you mentioned, Wiggins get a basket, so Mays will get 2 stops there and a score. But we'll get a foul, and they'll give David Thomas the and one. A little continuation.
Yeah, that was a lot of continuation right there. I mean, I'm telling you, man, he was outside the block.
As we see Wiggins with the score there for Mays.
I think that play's still going.
David Thomas completes the and one. For David Thomas with a quick 3 points in the third quarter. 43-28 our score. Just under the 7-minute mark. Looks like we'll get another set here from Mays. Definite change from the first half.
Now they're going down low.
Going away.
And a good pass though right there.
inside. Just threw it up at the basket. Don't worry about it. Chris Morris will come down with it, but couldn't get it to go.
Now you got to run. Now you got to win this matchup. Solo has to win. Oh. You got to win that matchup.
Taken away, and it's going the other way. As Evans had it taken away.
So what you seeing out here right now? What you seeing out here?
I talked to Coach Montgomery before. I've seen Eagles Landing play. We had him out at the Lemon Street Classic here in Marietta, which was covered by SUV TV, and was able to talk to Coach Montgomery, and I told him, I said, listen, I don't know that I've seen a high school basketball team defend this way maybe ever. It takes me back to the Westlake days with Coach Rogers, where you had Chuma and the Lewis brothers, the guys that just flat out got after it defensively.
Yeah.
Those guys, if you don't know, battled Pebblebrook to a state championship with two guards that everybody is pretty well of, Colin Sexton and Jared Harper.
Yeah.
And we're able to stop those guys and get enough stops to win a state championship. This team reminds me of that team defensively.
Yeah.
That when it really matters the most, they're going to be able to get stops. And I feel like that's what we've seen today, that it doesn't matter if you stop them from scoring if you can't score. And, as good as they are offensively, I feel like they are probably twice as good as that defensively.
Agree. Right now for Mays, this is danger zone. 28-43. They keep getting a couple stops right here. They get another big basket right here. You never know how this game's going to open up. I love the way the Eagles landing right now is poised. They're playing off 2 feet. They're not rushing their passes. They're really looking for their sets, getting the ball to the people that they want to have the basketball, and they're playing off of it.
Got a 3-ball there. Couldn't answer. Big rebound there by Evans. And they'll say Evans is out of bounds on the rebound.
So I got our scouting service has the thing coming up. EYA Who Supports is our scouting service. So one of the next things we have coming up in the next couple days, we have a ranking that's coming out, right? And it's the top 10 coaches on the South Side.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so we want to create some good camaraderie and talk about a lot of these different coaches on the South Side that really has been doing an impact over the last 10 years. Of course, you got Rogers and, you got your guys at Langston Hughes and Sandy Creek, but we want to put notice on everybody on this side of town, letting people know that there's really a lot of good basketball that's going on right now. Because, if you look at basketball, look at the Elite Eight, you got Eagles Landing, you got McDonough, you got Sandy Creek, you got Union Grove, which is the new school that, coming out here. You got Dutchtown. You got several different teams right now that's playing in the Elite Eight. So that's changing the dynamic of basketball on this side of town, which has already been that way. But just to see a lot of these teams making it that far is changing the game.
Back and forth action. We see Eagles Landing running. Tough day for Solomon Evans. I feel bad for that kid. He's a terrific basketball player. Great kid, but they're making it tough out here for him today.
Oh, definitely. Usually he's able to appeal his will with his size, but now you got guys that's just as big as you. You know what I mean? So now what are you going to do on the court? Now it comes down to skill set. Now it comes down to IQ. Now it comes down to shot selection. You know what I mean? So those are some of the things right now that he just gotta keep working on. Right now he's a little frustrated, but I think he's a resilient kid. He'll get it back going.
Absolutely. Are you going to give us a sneak peek into the top coaches? I know you shouted out a couple, but
we got a good little bit, but I don't have a problem with giving out a couple. And just to let you know, the ranking that we're doing, this was the actual coaches poll. So what we did is that we talked to every coach on this side of town, and we had the coaches send us their top 10, and we went off of that list. So it wasn't a situation. Good move. So it wasn't a situation to where we did it ourselves, so it'd be a biased opinion. We talked to every coach. So what's going to come out is what the coaches really think, is who they respect. You know what I mean? Things like that. So of course your top 3 guys over here on the South Side right now. You have, of course, Dan Melman at Jonesboro, of course, which is one of the ones that you know about.
For sure.
Of course, you got to have the OG over at Westlake. You know what I mean? Coach Rogers. He's been doing this thing for a very, very long time. And then the next OG is Coach Flynn over at Fayette County High School. he's been willing and dealing for the last century.
Yes.
It's like he's been there forever. 500 wins. Congratulations to him. They also made it to the Elite Eight. We got one of our guys over there too as well. RJ Kennedy, which is killing it right now in the state of Georgia. But that's just a couple names. You know what I mean? Just to let you know what's going on. And then of course you have the legendary. He don't want me to talk about him on the air, but you got a legendary Montgomery. You know what I mean? He's in that mix too as well. So it'll be something to see, man. We got a nice little layout and articles and media coverage as well and interviews with these coaches too. So we wanted to shine light in a different manner because a lot of times we always do it through us as AAU coaches and scouts and all of that, man. Let's really highlight the ones that's really in the classroom with these kids all the time.
I absolutely love that. And I love that you reached out to the coaches to get it done.
Definitely.
4:37 in the third. Our score, 48-30, still an 18-point lead. Going inside, you mentioned that's the way to get it done for
Gotta
Mays.
get it done.
They go
got the
inside
big
and
host
get a
in there.
bucket. Troy Pikes, his first bucket in his first bit of action. They go right to him. Blocked away.
Oh, they brought the Twin Towers in.
I love to see the adjustments. We kind of talked about that off air. Wanted to see what the adjustments will be after halftime. We got moves and counter moves here, adding some size for Mays.
But that makes them slower too, when they add the size in like that. So like I said before, you're getting in that danger zone right now. You're throwing around 18 points with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Got a kick out, open
Good shot.
Got
Good
it.
shot. Big bucket right there. Big bucket. Big bucket.
That is a huge bucket there by Davenport.
Good move. Good move.
Great boy.
He traveled.
Dog.
Yeah, he shuffled his feet on that one. He traveled on that one.
15-point basketball game. And that's why I feel like Mays will always be in the game because they've continued to get stopped. But here comes Eagles Landing with the full court press. Mays able to break it. Splits the defense there.
There's another big one.
Rims out. Great rebound by Pike. And that'll be a foul on Thomas. Thomas not in foul trouble by my count.
So that's what I said about tempo too. Eagles Landing was first in the half court, and now they're picking up the tempo more. Now they're getting up and down a little bit more from that point. Now they're coming in and doing more full court trapping and things like that because they see that they're a little bit slower. You know what I mean? So now we want to speed the tempo and trap you. So that's good execution on both ends. I'm telling you, it's packed in here tonight, man.
Yes, it is. Wall to wall. Standing room only.
You can ask for more than this if you're a high school player.
Look for that kick out to the corner, and they took it away that time.
Look at that running their lanes.
On the run, threw it away. Oh, and they had a kick out for a wide open layup, missed it.
That's a big shot.
Give up a three. That one no good. Mays looking to run. They've got numbers, 3-on-1.
Finish. Good basket.
Got the bucket there. Wiggins again has been their most consistent player.
Most consistent guy tonight, man. He's earning everything he's supposed to get right now. This guy's playing out his mind. Elite Eight game, want to get to that next level.
Definitely
good move.
up.
Good move. Playing above that rim. Playing above that rim is a big thing. Colin, a sleeper in the state of Georgia right now. Them your type of guys right there.
That's a big bat. You're absolutely right about that. Tipping, there's Wiggles again, just fighting for it. Couldn't get it. Eagles Landing on the run. Eagles Landing just so tough to deal with in transition. Now Thomas and Pike are going to have words. I don't think that was a malicious foul at all.
No, not at all, man. Not at all. That was good, clean play. Two guys going after it.
You saw the dunk right there.
Hey, he can fly, man.
Flying high.
He can fly, man. High intensity guy, real gritty.
I'm okay with the officials talking it over, but I'm glad an intentional or flagrant or something like that wasn't called. I don't think there was any malicious intent there. Nobody was going to get hurt on that play.
Now, you got one of the best referees in the state of Georgia with Patrick Petty out there on the court right there, man. So, he's going to keep that game under control. He'll let players play, but at the same time, he's going to control them coaches too as well, let them know everything that's going on.
David Thomas just heating up. I mean, he has caught fire in this third quarter. 7 points in this third quarter with another free throw to go. Thomas just putting his fingerprint all over this game. Mercer Sainee gets another one to go. Filling up the stat sheet. 2 minutes and 25 seconds. 54-37. We got a kick out.
To the basket. Good job.
Go to the free throw line, we mentioned. I'm waiting to see when Evans checks back into this basketball game.
Definitely need Evans to win this game. Right now, you got Wiggins clicking on all cylinders. Mikhail is playing pretty decent, but he needs to step it a little bit more. Shooting some tough shots, but you definitely need Solomon. You need him to have that three-headed monster to make sure that this game kind of gets in the hand and keep going in the right direction. Because right now, man, I'm telling you, it's getting around danger zone. 2 minutes left. 4 more points, or maybe 5 more points. You're down by 20 going into the fourth quarter. That's not where you want to be at, especially with Eagles Landing playing at home.
Mays still fighting. Look at that play by Davenport. It'll be out of bounds. Eagles Landing basketball. 2 minutes, 13 seconds remaining. 54-38 our score. Eagles Landing will set their offense. And we got a 10-second call. Hey, you can't argue the 10-second call anymore. There's a shot clock up there, and the shot clock says 23 seconds.
23 seconds.
So if it started at 35 and it says 23.
I don't understand.
Unless somehow the shot clock did not start at 35, then there could be an argument. But the officials are watching the shot clock. So you can't argue that 10-second call, even though some of the fans are a little upset.
There he is, Coach Montgomery, working that sideline.
I know the officials got to feel like coach.
But that's a vet move, though. You give your team, that's like a timeout almost. You give your team time to rest. You talk a little bit. Stop the play at home. Kids get in line. You talking about nothing for real, because it's a 10-second call.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I don't know how, and we've seen a few arguments break out over the 10-second call, and I don't know how it exists today because it's a clear call.
Now you gave him a little bit of rest, and now we back rolling.
I do love that the officials heard him out.
Oh, definitely.
It's always better for the game when the officials will have conversations with the head coaches.
You can tell with this officiating crew, they're definitely not trying to control the game. They're letting the players actually play.
That was a great screen by Pike there to free up the drive.
Oh, yeah. Just got to finish it. Absolutely. I think right there in that situation should have been more of a quick little floater. Instead of trying to get all the way to the basket, quick little pull-up or a floater. Just get that basket in, get the going, get your feet right, and then you can move on from there.
Baseline out of bounds play. They get it to the big fella.
Big fella.
Pike gets in there. Couldn't convert. They'll get it back. Up. And there he is again.
There he is again.
Wiggles playing his heart out tonight. Doesn't want his season to end.
Oh, my God.
Thomas. It's tough. Guess who's got the rebound for Mace? Wiggles.
Good pass.
Pike.
Good pass.
With the layup. And here come the Raiders. This game is not over yet. As Big Troy Pike comes in and ignites this Raiders offense. And the big fella gets the and one. And he's got a free throw that can put the Raiders within striking distance. Couldn't get that one to go. 54-42. Just a 12-point game. Raiders playing inspired basketball right now, not giving up. I love what Troy Pike is bringing to this team right now, defending the rim.
So I'm confused about that. Was that a shot attempt?
We could argue that we could argue that maybe that wasn't. Nonetheless, McKinney will go to the line. He'll shoot two.
He's having a good night tonight too as well.
It's so tough to play against this attacking style offense when Eagles Landing shoots such a good percentage from the free throw line. I don't know, if you get into a foul situation, who on this Eagles Landing team do you even foul? 56-42, minute 7 remaining. May as well work the ball around. Try to get it into Pike.
Eagles Landing does a great job of showing their hands and keeping their hands off the defenders, off the offensive player when they're playing defense too as well. Mays has to get something good here, has to get a good basket going here.
Pull-up jump shot, that was contested, tough.
That's a tough shot, tough shot, tough shot.
And we're seeing some frustration.
And sometimes when you're playing and you're a guard and you're playing this game, right, you have to realize that some of the things that I've always been doing, I have to switch it up a little bit. I can't do the same thing over and over and over again.
They're all over Thomas, but he's found a way to get the ball.
He's been getting double teams all.
Score.
Wow.
Brayboy
cleaning it up. Wow. Big time play right there to close out the quarter. Another big block right there.
That is tough. I mentioned it earlier. And you talked about this as well. It's one thing to stop Eagles Landing, but it's so tough to score on these guys.
It's tough. It's tough. And you're talking about somebody that doesn't even have a true big.
Watching this game, and I didn't even realize that until you mentioned it. Oh, my goodness.
They're playing with wings.
All wing. You're right. You're right.
Wings and guards. That's it. Nobody on the team is over 6'6".
Wow. I couldn't even imagine they had a 6'8" on this team.
Oh, man, that's a national level team right there.
17 seconds remaining. We'll get one shot. There was Pike out there to set the screen, but he'll wave them off.
And you have to think, they went down to Florida. Eagles Landing went down to Florida to play some of the best teams in the state of Florida. They beat the number 4 team, beat the number 6 team, and the number 3 team in the state of Florida. So these guys are battle tested too as well.
I'll tell you, man, that Redmond just took the hit on the fast break, and it's like he just shrugged it off.
Bigger, faster, stronger.
These are next level athletes here.
Right now, Eagles Landing, man, it's becoming a lifestyle. It's becoming a tradition. You know what I mean? I don't know if you know too much about that. They have a young program called the Ball on Eagles. They got a group of young kids that's coming up, man. If you think these boys are good,
wow.
So they have a farm league.
You're telling me that it won't stop after Thomas graduates.
It won't stop. They had a crew of freshmen that's coming in next year. Extremely good. Extremely good.
That shot at the buzzer, no good. And that's how the third quarter will end. 59-42, 59-42 at the end of 3. And Eagles Landing just all over Mays High School right now.
So if you're the Mays coach, what are you saying in the huddle right now?
At this point, I'm telling my guys that, listen, we got to get a kill.
Definitely.
3 stops in a row. And then we'll try to deal with what happens on offense, but now we really got to get stops. And it's hard to do because, sometimes you'd rather foul in those situations, really get extra aggressive and maybe foul. But Eagles Landing, they're not missing free throws.
No.
So you almost have to foul on the drive before they even get to the shot, right? And then we'll try to defend again, right? But it's tough sledding, but I'm taking my 5 best plays, my 5 best sets, and these next 5 possessions all in a row, we're running them back to back.
I agree, and that's definitely something I would do too as well. I think on the defensive end, I would try to switch up my defense a little bit because everything has been getting a lot to the basket. Maybe get a couple zone reads, sag off on a couple players, you know what I mean? Make sure I shade more on DT's side, you know, because I know that he's one of the big-time players and shooters. As long as I close out my gaps and I can defend and rebound and I can get out in that open floor and I have the size on the court, you know, it still can kind of work in my favor.
For sure. Mays gets the inbound. We'll see what they do.
Horn set.
They got it to their guy.
There he is.
Oh, wow. Tried to finish it with the dunk, but
I mean, it's tough to stop them in the open court. You're talking about Colin and DT in the open court. I mean, I would put them up as one of the best 2 backcourts in the state of Georgia right now.
I'm going to tell you, Clark Maston, defensively.
His feet is unreal.
I mean,
he beat him to the spot. He beat him to the spot.
Absolutely did. Absolutely did. And you're talking about, that is tough to do, somebody running at you full speed.
Full speed, full speed.
But there's Mays answering. Williams has been quiet. No points in the third quarter. Was active in the first half, but answers.
I don't know about that foul right there now. I don't know about that one.
I love the resiliency of this team.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of teams, I've watched Eagle Atlanta several times, and a lot of teams, when they put the pressure on after so long, teams lay down.
Right.
This team is not laying down. They're not going away.
And this is big for that community, too, as well. I don't know if you're really too familiar. I know you said you moved in from Georgia. But the Mays High School basketball program, boys program, has traditionally been an extremely, extremely high-level program. So to get these kids back going on that level, to have coaches bought in, and to bring that community back involved, man, I mean, it's just going to do nothing but grow for years to come. So their resiliency comes from where they're from. It comes from their parent support, and then the belief that they have in their program and their coaches, too, as well. So, you know, I don't see this game being over with yet, you know what I mean? But, I mean, you got to do some real deal stuff right here. You got to keep them out of the open court. I mean, they ain't been doing it all the whole time. But, you know, right now that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest key is keeping them out of open court, making easy baskets. I mean, you're doing everything you can to slow down David Thomas, but he's still doing what he does.
Transition defense is going to be key. But, look, now we're going to get a little zone press. You talked about maybe throwing a zone.
Switching it up a little bit. Changing it up. Trying to get a couple different kills. Good. That's one. That's not bad. That's close to one.
I love it.
But I think sometimes as coaches, man, when we come into these games, we put so much on our film, right? Instead of actually having a feel. You know, sometimes you just got to feel what's going on in the game and just play it how it plays from that point.
One of the travel call, Bray Boy. Oh, goodness. That is just a back-breaking three.
Back-breaking.
From Kenneth Brayboy.
And then they go right into picking up three-quarter court.
Floater over the top, tried to get it over Brayboy. And we got a foul call. Body's hitting the floor. I believe that is Wiggles on the floor. I don't know if we've got an injury. And if I'm a coach watching this game, and I did not know, Jadorian Wiggles, his name is definitely on my list of recruitable players after this game.
Agreed.
Not winning the game, but he is doing everything for his team.
Everything for his team right now. That's a tough basket. That's a tough basket with good defense.
I was shocked after the score they didn't go back to the zone. Evans versus Thomas. And Thomas is going to pick up the charge. I think that's the right call.
I think that was a little much too then. I think you need to slow it down then and take your time. That's a play in college, you know, it's something you got to work on too as well. When you're up big like that, being able to run a set, control the game. You know, everything will have to be go. I think right there in that situation, you know, pull the ball back out, take your time, take a couple more seconds off the clock, you know, run it around from that point and find what you need to find.
64-47, 6 minutes and 29 seconds on our game clock. We'll get a ball screen here. There is just
Wow. I mean, maybe you see something different from me.
That was I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at his feet. I mean,
his hand is on the ball.
I mean, his body is in front of him.
If you're a college coach and you're looking for a defender, perimeter defender, I'm telling you, I'm making a call to Coach Montgomery tonight, and I'm saying, hey, we can't defend. I need him.
Right.
Coach, I need Master.
Right.
I need him today. Can he enroll early?
And he's doing every play for his team. Every play right now that's not even showing up in the stat books, he's doing all of those plays.
There's Evans with the steal.
Got to get the basket here.
Tough shot there. Got it!
Good.
Big shot right there. A dagger three. That's Lindsey.
And that's what I talk about feel. Now you have to do energy plays to get your guys involved. Yeah, you was trying to do the scouting report. Now you got to open it up and just play basketball.
Almost had another one. 64-52. May's not out of it. These guys don't want to go home. These guys battling it out. One other thing I noticed about these two teams, we're not seeing a lot of jawing at each other. Like, these guys are just out here hooping.
Hard-nosed, just playing good basketball. Oh, they just missed one right there.
He's standing right there. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know what he was looking at.
I don't know what he's watching. Evans, all over Brayboy. Good defense by Evans. Thomas.
And he's just getting around them. I mean, he's jumping and just, I mean, he.
They try to wall up and take the charge.
Bro, he just jumped off 2 feet and went to the left.
The body control is insane.
For a floater.
That's a tough layup.
That's a tough layup.
There's Thomas again. Good defense there by
Great
Evans.
defense. Great
Back
defense.
to back, great defensive plays by Solomon Evans. Three ball.
That's a big basket.
Got it!
That's a big basket.
A three.
Big basket. Big
by
basket.
Davenport.
4 minutes left, down 10. You're in a good situation right now.
These Raiders are not going away.
And shouts out to the EYA family, man, that's all tuned in, man. Oh, my God. Oh,
How did he do that?
Bro.
How do you slip between?
Bro.
It's like he turned his body sideways.
It's called slither.
Elite wiggle.
Elite wiggle. But again, shout outs to the EYA Sports family, man. Definitely appreciate everybody that's tuning in. Just to say some of the things, we have March 25th and 26th. We have 2 campuses coming up. Definitely want to make sure everybody get out and support. You want to follow us on social media and things like that. It's at EYA Sports. But I had to do a quick shout out with everybody, man. But back to the game and all that stuff like that, man. So
Morris.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
Chris Morris.
Hey, man.
Can I say it again if I'm a college coach?
Hey, man. Special kid, man. Special kid.
There's a lot of special talent.
Special kid. And that's the second leading scorer on the team.
Chris Morris has been terrific. The best defense, we're talking about defense, the best defense to stopping bugs and critters that would be Brita Pest Management. Brita has been protecting homes all over Georgia for nearly 50 years. See why so many homeowners choose Brita to protect the home at BREDAPest.com. Brita Pest Management is a proud supporter of Georgia high school athletics. Back to our fourth quarter action here, 70-57. Our score, 3 minutes and 50 seconds left.
I don't know if you remember, man, but at the beginning of the summer, Eagles Landing was a team during the GHSA camps were getting beat.
Yes.
I mean, beat bad. You know, and now look at them.
I don't think either of those teams that beat them earlier in the summer will want a rematch.
No.
Evans, tough shot.
He hasn't had a good night. Oh, my God.
Can you try too hard sometimes?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
David.
Oh, my God.
I'm running out of room on the stat sheet
But
for all the scores from David
setup,
Thomas.
but the setup into that though. Great setup by Colin. Oh, that's defense.
Still got the score there. As Lindsey is giving it all he's got, having a great fourth quarter.
He definitely is. You can see it in his eyes.
Morris takes the contact and still scores.
Clean up, man.
3, no good. Tipped around. On the attack, tough layup there. Tipped, kick out, gets it to Bray Boy. Thomas 2-on-1, throws it up. Tipped around.
And they still got the.
And Thomas is fouled. And Thomas upset about that one. Words will be exchanged and players are separated. Maybe a frustration foul, I don't know. I didn't see any contact to the face, but I don't have the best angle. And now everybody on their feet right here.
I mean, even for a kid like that, man, somebody got threw out. Somebody get thrown out.
We'll see the replay here. We see tipped around.
Ouch. Oh my God, that's a hard fall.
And it looked like maybe he just grabbed him around the neck.
He just grabbed him and pulled him down.
I think he realized in the middle of the play what he had done and tried to raise his hands up. Again, I don't think any of these guys are trying to hurt anybody. It was just a tough foul there. He was trying to take a foul, and he realized maybe he was too late to do so.
Yeah.
You know, he definitely intentionally tried to foul him, but
I don't think he tried to grab him by his neck intentionally.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. I think he realized what he did. You could see him raise his hands up in the air like.
Right. Take another replay.
Yeah, he grabbed him, and then you see him raise his hands up, try to take his hands away, but it was too late.
That's definitely frustration.
Now we'll see how the officials handle that play.
I just seen a Mays legend walk out here, Lil D, 2-time state champion, AKA the Mosquito. I mean, he was tearing it up in the AEBL, man.
Ooh, listen, he put on a show.
Put on a show, man.
I'll tell you.
Speaking of shows, I hope everybody comes out to the AEBL this year. EYA Sports will definitely put on a show this year. Definitely put on a great show.
Had great coverage from guess who?
Oh, yeah.
SUV TV.
I'm trying to tell you, amazing coverage. Amazing coverage, man.
Thomas gets the first one to go.
Man, I love the way this platform has grown tremendously over the years. It's been highlighting basketball around the country, man. So, you know, like definitely shouts out to what, you know, SUV TV has been doing. Very appreciative to be out here in this situation like that. But, man, the sky's the limit for SUV TV right now.
As we see Thomas, the first free throw of the game for David Thomas. Comes with 2 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. I agree with you. SUV TV is a big reason why Georgia basketball is so special.
It's changed. It's changed the narrative.
As I travel all over the country, I've watched basketball in Houston. I've watched Duncanville play in Dallas.
Really?
I've watched basketball in South Carolina, North Carolina, and you would be surprised at how many great teams and special players do not get live streaming coverage the way these guys do here in Georgia, and that's because of SUV TV. Mays on the run.
Let's see what happens right here.
Wiggles.
He heard them footsteps in the dark.
Getting Bray Boy. Maybe heard him breathing behind you.
You heard them footsteps in the dark.
I ran track in college, and that was the scariest thing to hear is footsteps and somebody breathing behind you.
I'm telling you. There's only one thing you can do is push harder.
When you realize you're running as fast as you can and somebody is running faster.
Oh, yeah.
Feeling like no other.
This game has lived up to everything that it was supposed to live up to.
Kick out, Bray Boy, 3. No good. Wiggles with the rebound here. And Chris Morris will pick up the foul. Montgomery getting after Morris. Montgomery's still not done, Coach.
Hey, he's not going to stop, man. That's one coach right there up and down that sideline, man. He's going to be from the top to the bottom.
Minute 57 seconds remaining. You see people starting to foul out.
And it's still a packed crowd. They're still fouling out, and it's still a packed crowd around the top.
I think the standing room only seats are the one that's clearing out.
Man, I'm telling you, man. This is big time basketball, man. I don't know if you ever been to that Dutchtown Eagles Landing game at Eagles Landing, but you might want to make your way down here to that game one year, man. That's a sight to see.
Hey, maybe I can sit Gucci Row with you.
Hey, man, come on, man. Come on, man.
Love to see it. Basketball in Georgia is just so special.
Oh, that's how we feel?
It's so special. You have these pockets, and sometimes it creates rivalries. Like you mentioned, the South Side, South Atlanta. Douglas County, very passionate about their basketball.
I love this Douglas County basketball. Love it, love it.
Gwinnett, Cobb County, passionate about their basketball.
Definitely.
But these two teams have absolutely put on a show for everybody in attendance and everybody watching online today. Come to the final minute, 40 seconds in this basketball game. Mays on the attack. They're still going, still playing hard. And Maston will pick up a foul. He's been terrific defensively. And he'll pick up a foul right here and go into the line. It'll be Lindsey.
I'm curious to know what that score is over at the Fayette County and Woodland game. That's another two Southside teams that are playing right now. Very, very big matchup. I don't know if you remember when Monday's Mill had that run deep in the state. Now, that's the new coach over at Woodland High School right now too as well.
Absolutely.
So he's taking a lot of his what do you want to call it? Traditions. Out to Henry County. And right now, Henry County basketball is probably some of the best basketball in the state of Georgia, period, by far. You know what I mean?
Is.
If we're talking about strictly just the county. A lot of good basketball being played here from top to bottom. Then you got Coach Sims coming back from Morgan County, going down to Luella, too, as well. So, that's going to be another big program that's going to come around for years to come, too, as well.
Got the pleasure of calling a Woodland game here on SUV TV.
Mm-hmm.
Called their game in Hoops Given.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic program. Got some great kids. Got a point guard that can really, really shoot it.
Kyrie.
Yes.
Kyrie Brown.
Morris!
Hey,
Goodness
man.
gracious. Chris Morris.
Bigger, faster, stronger.
Answers. Lindsey with a bucket. Lindsey has scored almost all of his points in the fourth quarter. That tells you what kind of heart that kid got.
Heart, desire, leaving it all out on the court. If I'm a college coach right now, got to dial in on him. Special young talent.
Only 3 points in the first half. And in this third quarter, or in this fourth quarter, I've got him for 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, 13 points in the fourth quarter.
Imagine if they kept going to him
for
throughout the game.
Darion Lindsey. Absolutely. I love to see that, though. These kids, there's so much on the line. It just shows the passion that they have for their program. When you see a kid go off like that in the fourth quarter, it tells me he doesn't want his season to be done. He's going to fight until the end. 77-65 our score. Eagles Landing will inbound and run the baseline. And we got a 5-second call and another stop for the Raiders. Hey, this reminds me of fans fouling out of Miami Heat's arena and then trying to dive back in. Once the Heat tied the game up.
Right.
LeBron and Ray Allen and company. This one not over yet. Evans gets a bucket.
I mean, they fight, man. That's one thing about Mays. They fight, man. They fight till they fight, and they fight, and they fight.
I think that says a lot about this Mays coaching staff, too. It's something that we don't say, we used to say all the time, but we don't say too much anymore, is that teams take on the personality of the coach.
Definitely.
So this never say die attitude, I believe, comes from the top down.
Definitely.
And that coaching staff,
It does.
they're Mays.
It does. It does. And that coaching staff at Mays, man, we got some very, very, very good guys. Some legends over there on that side too as well. You know, you got a guy that won to Georgia State. You know what I'm saying, a Hall of Famer. You also got another guy, A1 Skills, one of the elite trainers in the state of Georgia too as well. So I mean, they've been doing great work over there. Great work over there with these young men.
Got a foul call now. We're going to start to see some free throws. We're under a minute remaining in this game. It's a 10-point lead. So that foul will be the last foul that Mays had to give. So anything else, and we'll see free throws by Eagles Landing. 51 seconds remaining.
And shout out to my mom too, man. I know she's watching right now. I love you.
David Thomas just gets another score. I know you guys want to know how much he has. I'm going to count it up for you here at the next dead ball. And Lindsey.
You know how many David Thomas got right now? It's called everything.
All of them. We got a timeout. I'm going to try to count points for David Thomas.
I'm telling you, man, that dude, man, there's no way his name should not be one of the premier names in the state of Georgia for Mr. Basketball. There's no way. There's absolutely no way.
32 points for David Thomas.
Look at that play right there.
On an unofficial scorebook, my scorebook unofficial, 32 points for David Thomas. Only 3 points in the first quarter, and then he just exploded from the second quarter on.
And let's understand, this is 32 off of being denied the whole game.
Face guarded the entire game. Face guarded the entire game.
That's different.
Points. Yes.
That's different.
Yes. And that's the reason why I say, hey, Mercer, ski mask.
Ski mask.
You got one. Great job.
Great job.
Great job by everybody involved with his outstanding job.
I tell you one thing, NIL's better be crazy down there in Mercer, man. I tell you that.
Yes. They have a lot to celebrate.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I do love to see a kid like David Thomas staying in state.
Correct.
Go with the program in state that believed in you, that recruited you, that offered you. Get a great education at Mercer.
And this is good for him too as well, because he's a Henry County kid, right? Like, everybody growing up knew about David Thomas.
Yes.
So when it got to this time in his career, I mean, he exceeded expectations. And shouts out to his dad too as well, which is one of the legendary coaches from this side of the town.
Yes.
You know, giving back a lot to this south side, giving a lot back to these kids. And just to see his son in this situation doing what he's doing, man, hats off to him. Hats off to the whole Thomas family.
Absolutely. I coached against his dad for a good little while, as we see another bucket there. Back when it was Georgia Excel.
Georgia Excel, exactly. Georgia Excel. And they're still around a little bit. They're still around. He just got younger teams.
And our clock will expire. And there you have it, 81 to 71, 81 to 71. And Eagles Landing will be moving on to the Final Four for 5A.
Big boy game
Coach,
here.
Tell us your synopsis of what we've been able to see from this Eagles Landing team today.
DT is that dude. That's one of the biggest things right now. Chris Morris, a load. Kenny Brayboy, I mean, a force. Want to keep him out the open floor, playing above the rim. And then also you got to wrap it up with Colin, too, as well, doing what he's doing. And then, you know, the baby glove. That's what we'll call him, the baby glove.
I love it.
The baby glove, you know what I mean? Clark Martin? How do you say his last name?
Matson.
Sorry, I said it all wrong. Clark Matson, the glue guy that's getting everything done. I think this team is going to make a great run. I mean, to finish the Elite Eight run like this in a tough environment at home, I think they're prepared for anything that's coming their way.
I would agree. Congratulations to the Eagles Landing Eagles on winning this Elite Eight matchup and heading on to the Final Four. Thanks, everyone, for joining us tonight here in McDonough at Eagles Landing High School for a great matchup here on VSUV TV. It's been an absolute pleasure calling this contest today, and we'll wish you a good night, and we will see you next week.